All right, hey folks, we're going to do some artwork this morning. Give me a second here to check my signal, make sure that we're coming through clearly. I'm going to do a couple social media posts. And then we're going to work on some page art, interior work for the Eberron adventure that we're publishing, Crystals on my Bar. You can see the book cover here on screen. How's my volume? Publishing Crystals on my Bar. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's bring that down. Copy there. Grabbing this, I got a few social media posts that I need to pop, and then we'll get to work. So, pop, and then pop, and then on my own Discord, just to let folks know in the self-promotion channel, we are yup and running. All right, let's see. Chugga. That's good. All right, cool. My name's Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them, and I publish them online. I'm creating content for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition using the 2024 revised rules for an adventure in the Eberron campaign setting called Crystals of Mabar. It's for characters level 7 and 8. You're fighting necromancers, undead, and demons in the Carnwood of Carnath on the continent of Corvair. I have been a DM since 1987, a freelance illustrator since 1999, an Eberron enthusiast in Dungeons & Dragons 3rd edition since 2004, and I've been creating content for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition since 2014. And but I've never created anything specifically for Eberron, so this is amending that. So if you think today's cool, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications of when we're live in the future. We're at episode 479 of creating assets, maps, tokens, page illustrations. Today we're doing icons for terrain and hazards that appear in the adventure. Check the entire playlist here to bury yourself in a wall of fill forever if you wish. Otherwise, here's a bunch of books I've already published on the DMsGuild that they have full previews. You can read them cover to cover. This adventure will be no different. They all come with assets and stuff. If you decide to purchase, you get a zip file full of other junk with it, like tokens and character sheets and tracking sheets and maps and blah blah blah, which of course will be included with this adventure as well. Make it easy for you to use the stuff that we're talking about. Discord community, patron support is always appreciated, and you can follow me on the social medias if you wish. And I think that's about. Thanks a lot for showing up, guys. I appreciate it. So this book cover we made around episode 40. You can jump into the Wayback Machine and check that out if you wish. But right now we are working on what is this page? This is page 5 of the adventure. It's the just generally taught. This is a 16 by 9 format. It's obviously a digital PDF leaning document. It fits in that 16 by 9 ratio here that you have on your phone and your tablet and your screen here. The horizontal, it's a 12-point font, so you could probably read all this really easily at this point. But if it were to make the phone vertical, it would only show one column at a time because each column is also 16 by 9. When we have this same finish, this frame, we'll have little icons down here that we can click through to take us to different sections of the chapter, as well as a table of contents at the front and the end of it. This is general weather conditions. Inside the manifest zone, the following environmental considerations are present within the region and area detailed throughout the adventure: climate, wind, precipitation, visibility, the manifest zone itself as an environment, and then the conditions and terrains that you can find therein. So the idea is that when we present new sections, we drop in here which of these conditions are prevalent in that area. So it's really just a page. It's basically just defining some terms and putting some just visual icons along with it, so that when we have that chapter, we can just have like a little list of icons to make it easy for folks to be able to identify with it. And then you can click the icon to take you back to this page to identify what is that again. So if you see this icon present, you can click on it and dive in. So let's put that to the test. I haven't actually tested the spacing on any of this yet, so it's a theoretical idea. but I haven't executed it yet. So let's just go back to wherever it is that we're at. We might have. Oh boy, that's gonna be a lot. So let's see, visibility 1, 2, 3. So like we'd have like I wonder what the largest header in this adventure is. Like visibility, terrain, and conditions. Like this row here will be replaced with these different icons. But yeah, we just need to make them pretty today. But now I'm thinking about, you know what? I paste all this stuff out, and I never really bothered to see how would they actually fit on the page. So I'm honestly a little concerned about that. I think we're gonna be able to figure it out. I'm gonna drop this guy to the wayside for now. Let's go into, you know what? Honestly, let's open recent. Let's go to page. Here, we were working on this. Yeah. This is. Maybe we just drop the icons like directly onto this has high visibility, and there's no terrain issues, so there's nothing wrong with this building in particular. But like, let's say, wrong document. Hold on, this is all clear air environment stuff. There's nothing weird going on. It's a normal village. Let's do this instead. Hold on. Let's go to open and let's go to page 16 to 21. After the village has been attacked, like we could have you'll recognize these icons as black crystals, Vulpina, plague moss. And there's a obscured vision in this area, and it's poisoned. So there's a lot of icons, but we could like potentially drop like a square icon with like an arrow pointing at it. Like if we were to do, we're messing around right now, so this is all theory space stuff that we're working with right now. Let's do that. And like if we were to make that a square. Thank you. Okay, like that. Because this is just a sample map for the DM to know what's going on. The actual map itself is provided in the zip file. But yeah, we could theoretically take icons like that. That. I don't know, maybe this would be productive, maybe it wouldn't. But this is the idea that I'm playing with. So we can see here, bright light, dim light, darkness. And we normally don't need, like we can just have bright light for an environment in general. Then each of these individual pages, right? So we'd have dim light there, and we'd have light fog. It'd be like this. Actually, it wouldn't be light fog, it'd be heavy fog. My mistake. And these are obviously not the icons we're going to use because, you know, work in progress. But yeah, like that. Delete here. This is the idea. So let's just play it out a little bit, see how that goes. I bet this would work. I bet this will work. $20.40. And then some of the water. If you enter water that's waist deep inside the manifest zone or anywhere that's been affected by Mabar, it poisons you while you remain in the water. And the sickened condition. Grab. Like that. And here. This would be here, and then, hey, what's up? What's going on, Fox? Welcome to Philtopia, where no one gets in your shit, and you just get to paint and play D&D whenever you want. Maybe we run them along the top. Maybe that's the right way to do this. We have these, so we're doing these icons, right? For these different lighting conditions, and just having little icons like this makes it easy to be able to just look at a map. Maybe I don't need to have arrows pointing. Maybe I do, because like this doesn't have dim light, and it doesn't have any kind of poison accumulated in it. I mean, it has some Vulpina and black crystals and blood moss, but there's no environmental conditions, and I'm not really. I don't feel like I need to like overall, like the map overall. Hold on. Burp. Like here, encounter undead aftermath. In general, this would be a well lit. Would be a bright light scenario when you arrive. Is going to be. It's assumed that it's daytime, but I guess we could have daytime / dark depending on when you're there. But now I feel like we're just adding in. We're being overly specific. I want to have bright light, dim light, dark light, darkness, because those. The word I'm looking for is the final dungeon. There's a mixture of different lighting conditions depending on which room you go into, and there's no uniform answer to that. So I wanted to make sure we pointed those out. Though I think if it's intuitive or inferred, I don't have to point it out specifically. I won't, just to prevent myself from just stacking myself up on redundant conditioning and potentially creating complications. Having said that, put the icons. So like each general map will have its normal conditions listed up here. We built in the space there, but we didn't build a space in specifically for each individual building. So that's kind of what we're messing around with. But I think I like this, like having those icons just as a reminder, like your visibility is low. The air is poisonous. You know, like you'll get the sicking condition in this environment, like these little icons just to remind you what's going on. Hopefully just as little cues to help the DM